What's up, Cowboy Nation? I want to be able to tell you guys this little quick backstory, this quick story. Check this out. I received a phone call a couple of days ago about if there's a certain player that's being cut and he plays safety position. And he got a family member down here in Mississippi, close Mississippi, like all the way down in Natchez. And he said if he were to ever be cut, that he would like to play for the Dallas Cowboys, and here's why. Because when he was unable to play, a certain coach wrote him a personal letter that needed to be said, but without all of the exposure, without all of the media knowing. He said that that letter touched him, and this guy don't have no reason to lie. I mean, half his family don't like the Cowboys. They love them. You know, it's one of those situations. And that player could be cut today or may be released from this team. And we all looking around to see how we can better this team as it relates to veteran, as it relates to extra help in the secondary, in the deep parts of the defensive back areas. That player name is Eric Berry. If the Chiefs cut him, and he's a very humble guy, man. He's a veteran guy, got range, got the experience, can play, can cover the deep thirds of the field, can play in between the splits there. So he got all the skill sets that you want coming out of a defensive back slash safety. So I'm not trying to be, and I talked to my guy Jay Reese. Shout out to him, man. I talked to him about it. And I said, look, man, I don't want to be this breaking news guy. I never want to be that guy. But it's one of those things where and I'm not saying that the Cowboys are doomed if we don't get this particular guy. But I just want to be able to reach out to you all, let you guys know that Eric Berry, half of his fans, half of his family love the Cowboys just as much as Earl Thomas and his whole family crew. Love the Dallas Cowboys. Matter of fact, I went to college, and also I know his his cousin-in-law. I know a lot of people that's close to Eric Berry. Some people from Natchez. Believe it or not, we went to school together. That's his close cousin. Matter of fact, to make a long story short, I was at the same wedding that Eric Berry attended. So, and I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people would say to themselves, like, "Look, man, hey, Law, it's not happening." But I just want to be able to put that out there, saying that, hey, it could be a strong possibility that he can put on that silver and blue. I don't think that he's a guy that going to want that big bag. I wish I was at the computer. I can show you how much money he's still going to get paid regardless of this year. And everybody look at his contract. We already knew, looking at his contract, he would never play after that, play that whole entire contract. 6 years, 67 million guaranteed, something like that, some crazy number. But yeah, health is everything. I just hope and pray that everything is okay with the guy. Is he still signed with the Chiefs? Let me know. But if they cut him, it could be 78 million guaranteed. Okay, so it wasn't 78 million guaranteed, but a $78 million contract. Is Eric Berry better than Jeff Heath? Is Eric Berry better than a Xavier Woods? You know, just off of sheer talent alone and experience, we can say that, right? But I want to be able to talk to you guys in a real fashion. He's way better than Jeff. Yeah, Law, he got cut. Okay, Nick Blue. Okay, cool. I'm gonna let y'all know. Jay already know. He already know. I said, man, I don't want to be hit with fake news, Law, and all this crap. You know, I don't want to be that guy. I like to let the news go and then I start talking about it or let it be known. Barry is now a free agent. See how this market go? Now, if he goes sign with the New Orleans Saints, then that's him. If he goes sign with the Atlanta Falcons, that's him. He got lots of family that's in the Tennessee area as well. So, and he got a lot of family that's in the South. But it may be a blessing in disguise, guys. This whole entire deal may be a blessing in disguise. That's how life works, man. At one point, you'll look at it and say to yourself, hey, this is going on here and that is going on there. Then you look up and you say, man, this is what happened. So I just want to be able to tell you guys, man, and we get a chance to know certain players. I even talked to my guy, the sponsor for Cowboys Experience, about it. I said, man, I don't want to be breaking news guy. I told him about 2 days ago, and it's crazy, man. We got a lot of guys that's in this draft. I love the secondary. I started looking at these tapes and things like that. And Trey Boston is out there. Yeah, you're right, Mean Mug 44. Yeah, he's out there. He's in the mix. Jeff Heath not start next year. You better not start. Oh yeah, Ha Ha is out there. Every time I think of Ha Ha Clinton Dix, he was decent enough with the Green Bay Packers. He was decent enough. But boy, we torched them in the playoff, right? We just didn't win the game. And when he went over there to the Redskins, boy, we've been using Ha Ha Clinton Dix. So I always think of him. I think of that guy off of Bart Simpson. He said, Ha Ha. Bosto, low key, underrated. Boston, Trey Boston, yeah. I mean, a lot of people can say anybody would be an upgrade over Jeff Heath. Don't sleep on Jeff Heath. I think that Jeff Heath is one of those guys that's a rotational guy. All in all, through and through, he's a rotational piece that you can say, okay, I would love to have on a team. But as far as full startership, he's a guy that you're going to grit your teeth. You're going to say why you didn't get to that spot. And that's just on an every down basis, you know. Remember Sherman Williams, you know. Remember Sherman Williams back up for Emmitt Smith? Be like, okay, he got flashes. Troy Hambricks of the world, you know. Sometimes a backup can come in and show you some flashes that you would say to yourself, man, that's crazy. But let people know, man, it's this weird story. Eric Berry, hey, he could be wearing the silver and blue. Real talk. And I think the price might be right. It might be right around 8 to 10 million. It might be right at 7 million because he's going to get paid. He's still going to get paid by the Chiefs. 1 year prove a deal. Hey, I love 1 year deals. You know why I love 1 year deals? It's because you can never sit back and look at that 1 year deal and say, oh man, we can never get out of this funk because of 1 year. Look at it. That Brandon Carr that 1 year, if we'd have signed Brandon Carr for that 1 year, we would have been able to say yes. We could continue to look elsewhere. But we signed that man for a long term, and it was just like, it seemed like that contract lasted forever. Did he fail his physical? No. You can't pay everybody. I think that the Chiefs are looking at the Patriots philosophy, and they said, if we got us a good quarterback, we're going to figure out how we can stabilize our offense with great tight end. We got that. We got a wonderful wide receiver. Now, when all that stuff is said and done, we're going to go ahead and pay Tyreek Hill, and we're just going to shore up this defense. We got some draft picks that we can work along aside that. We was 30th in overall in defense. That's what the Chiefs were saying to themselves. We're going to try to figure out how we can improve that on so many other factors. So 1 year deal. See, my guy Jerry, he just sent me another message, man. Somebody Jerry Reese, man. He sent me another message, man, about that they cut the Kansas City Chiefs just got Jerry play this year. According to Jerry Jones, he's saying that Randy should be able to play week 1 if everything falls into play. The only reason why I think the NFL is suspending guys over marijuana. And shout out to Okoye, he brought this to light. Banter says Achilles injury is on Barry. Don't take him for serious. Raw, real. or uncut. The deal is with this. Let me talk about this right quick with the CBA collective bargain agreement. The collective bargain agreement, they need to have leverage, and I've been saying leverage for the past few days now. It's 2 years out, so they're gonna try to suspend guys for. Shout out to my guy Okoye. Check out his podcast on his channel, Okoye Media, and check out his podcast on Spotify. And I think that he's got his going through the process of being on iTunes. He was talking about the collective bargaining agreement and how they can utilize it as leverage. It's better to go ahead now and suspend players for the, I guess, marijuana usage or whatever it may be, so that when it gets down to collective bargain, they can use that as a chip to push that over to the table and say, you know what, we would start not suspending players if you guys sign this agreement. Remember this. Remember this. The players may hold out. So the NFL need to have a bargaining chip to bring players back in. So, and I already know it's 2 years from now, so they're going to start working the process a year out, and they're going to start having these little meetings with the players about, hey, what should be the next outcome? What do we want? Do we want NBA guaranteed money? Do we want to stop testing for, I guess, Adderall / weed or whatever it may be? Do we want that removed from the table? And they're going to sit down and have these conversations. They're going to talk about probably the salary cap. They're going to talk about long-term contracts. They're going to talk about rookie contracts. So the NFL needs an angle. Now, what's hurting the players and what they did, they don't see that now. The XFL is going to start next year. The AAF, or the American Alliance Football League, is starting up right now. That might hurt the NFL players, because if they threaten to sit out, then the NFL still got a pool of players that they can pull from, meaning that they can reach in the crevices of those particular leagues and say, okay, come play for the Cowboys, come play for the Raiders, come play for the Detroit Lions. And they don't have the players at this point are stuck in the box, because you telling me that if somebody that's in the chat box, I know a bunch of you guys, we love to put on the silver and blue and have them to pay you $300,000. I know for sure I'll probably run through a couple of offensive linemen for $300,000. So there's gonna be a lot of people crossing that pick line there. King, I was just talking about the backstory for this, and I'm gonna have to split on out of here. The backstory was it could be possible for an Eric Berry to be wearing the silver and blue because of his close ties with his family members, deep in love with the Cowboys, and he grew up kind of in that southern area, and it's real deal, man. For the right price, and this is from Paul. Yes, Raw Dogs, for the right price, yes. We're never gonna win with anything again, bro, until Jerry is. Come on, Texas T. Oh man, hit me with the reality check, man. Don't say that. Don't say that. We all be crying around here, Jerry Jones. I'm not even gonna say the word. Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established. I'm not gonna say nothing about that. I'm not gonna open up my mouth to those alleyways. Allah, what do you think about? I can't even say his name. I think it's Agba, Cleveland Rich Ruse. It could be a slight possibility. They had him high on the draft board. Come on, Texas T, you got to filter it a little bit. Don't be too honest, man. You know, just like when the ladies say, hey, does this dress make me look fat? You don't have to be honest. You know, just say, baby, go pick out another dress. I don't like that color. And then she pick out another color. Then you say, well, baby, look, let's go to another department store. You know how to manipulate that thing. You got to be smooth with the Texas T. The truth. You know how our boys say, you can't handle the truth. Yes, everybody can't handle the truth. The only time I want somebody to tell me the truth, if I'm talking to them and my breath kind of tart, you just say, hey, bro, hey, Lord, come grab this gum right quick, and I'm going to snatch it real quick because I know you're telling the truth. But other things, man, you don't have to always tell the truth on. Kong, talking about Tavon Austin. Jerry Jones called him Tavion. I think that he'd be beneficial to this team. He was beneficial to this team last year. One can argue, hell, that first Giant game, boy, when he took the top off that defense, man, it was nasty. I think that with a healthy Tavon Austin, we would have saw a little bit more of him out of the LA Rams game, but he wasn't fully healthy. And then we saw how he was able to be explosive against, I guess, what team was that? The playoff team, was it against the Seattle? I'll pull it up again. Jay, what's up, man? The great. Shout out to you, man. Savage Time. All the people up in here. Incognito in Matt S. Yes, what's up, man? Seahawks. Yeah. What's going on with Seahawks? What's going on with the Seahawks right now? Y'all got all of the news. Let's see what we got. Yeah. It was good to see the 2 punt return. Yes. Tavon Austin. Yeah, he showed his butt off, man. And one he kind of called back. So I think that if Tavon Austin can find a healing doctor, can find some Jason Witten's health, man, team would be fantastic. But still, I like the Paris Campbell kid. I like him. I like the Isabella kid. I like the kid from school, Georgia. What's his name? Is Malco or Malcolm? Y'all put his name down. The kid from Georgia. He's so fast, man. We need a speedy guy that can be explosive. Anybody also like? I like the man, the name's escaping me. Hardman. Yeah, Matt. Get you, man. See, we got some guys in this draft, man. If you really look at it, John Ross is out there. I like him. I think that they want him on the trading block. Elijah Holyfield, I like him as a supplemental guy that can help out. I like Duke Johnson. Believe it or not, I like Duke Johnson. I know a lot of people don't think that he's worthy. Is he worthy? I know a lot of people are not, fond of him, but I like his skill set. I like him as a combination piece. If we can get a Paris offense, it's scary. If we get Paris, I'm talking Paris Campbell. The first thing, if I'm Kelly Moore, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the plane. I'm going to call Jerry Jones and say, let me borrow that jet. And I'm going to fill that joker up and I'm going to fly all the way to Ohio. Or I'm going to get some money together. I'm going to fly that coach down from Ohio to Dallas. And I'm going to sit him down in the room and say, I just need 10 plays. I need 10 plays. I need to perfect at least 4 out of these 10 plays by week 1. Just help him out because I will forever owe you if you can tell me how to utilize Paris Campbell, Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, and Amari Cooper, as well as this guy right here named Michael Gallup. That's what I would do. I would be on that phone. I would be flying out there to Ohio, and I would be talking to Ohio State coach. Yes, Savage time. So that's what we need to be doing. These young guys, they need to be these young offensive coordinators. Look, there's nothing wrong with trying to match up some skill sets and traits, but speak to the older people that been there before you and see what you can learn. Yes, I think we should pay D-Law. This is from Gang. Miss Scott and Pro, shout out to you. Salute to you, Miss Scott and Pro. Always on the ones and twos. Always appreciate you for being in here. Who is the top 3 coverage safeties in this draft? I like Thornhill, and this is no particular order. I like Rapp. I like the way Rapp can play inside out, and he can play between the splits, meaning that he can get right into that soft zone. I think that he will be a guy that somebody can look back and say, okay, this guy, if he can translate his skill set to the pros, he's a transitional type of player. Joe McCain, yeah, appreciate you, man. As D-Law said, as D-Law, he won $25 million a year. Oh, jeez. And I hate this salary cap. Boy, that's too much money. Yes, Gonzalez. Yes, Eric Berry could be a possibility out there. Jordan Lewis will be our starting nickel after this season. Savage time. This is the thing. Antonio Brown versus Jordan Lewis. Antonio Brown hits harder than Jordan Lewis. I think that he's a little bit physically stronger, upper body wise and lower. Jordan Lewis is a hip pocket guy that can blanket a receiver. I think that Antonio Brown is slightly faster, and I think that Chris Richard has fell in love with the physical play of Antonio Brown or Anthony Brown. I keep on mixing this Anthony and Antonio. You guys give me some help with that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the slot nickel corner. Jordan Lewis got so much talent. His size is his only problem and issue with Chris Richard's system. Remember I was talking about system and scheme. He just size-wise doesn't fit as a corner. He wanted his corners to be long and rangy. Now I can say this, there are some corners that's in this draft that we can draft and kick Cheeto or Woozy at safety, and we'll stop having all these conversations. But it's a story of a different day. There's a story of a different day, because a bird told me about that too, that I don't want to just sit back and say that Cheeto will be your next safety for the Dallas Cowboys, but it's a story of a different day. To me personally, the best field side corner on this team Jordan Lewis, field side corner, not boundary. He's one of the best field side corners on this team. There's a tape out there that Deion Sanders himself said he cannot play into the slot. Deion Sanders said he would never play into the slot because there's a lot of responsibilities as it relates to knowing the coverage as it relates to the slot. But Jordan Lewis, he can play the slot and the field side. And it's just nasty. We love what Byron Jones can do as well. But we'll see how this thing panned out as it relates to DB. Jordan needs more playing time. Yeah, too cool, B. Yeah, he do need more playing time. Who do you think will be our strong side linebacker week 1? In a perfect world, you guys want me to do the perfect world talk? In a perfect world, Jordan Smith would have been your strong side linebacker. LVE would have been your and Sean Lee if he was able to stay healthy. Sean Lee would have been your weak side. And then on top of that, you would play out of that base. You wouldn't do no substitution. You wouldn't have to rotate in into nickel or none of that. You would just play out of your base 4-3 defense. You'll keep Jalen Smith at strong, and you'll keep LVE as the mic, and then you'll play around with Sean Lee at the weak side. But the problem is with Sean Lee, we already know he goes to 1,000 miles to nothing. There's no 50 miles per hour. There's no 60 miles per hour. He goes straight 100%, 110%. And he just gets injured so quick, so you can't depend on that philosophy. So they might still go into the draft. I said it about a couple of weeks ago that they might go ahead and draft a guy if they can't find a guy that's out here in free agency that can fill that role. Now, Justin March-Lillard, I think that's how you say his name. They re-signed him. I think they re-signed Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas or Justin March-Lillard, they both can play that strong side on that side of the defense as it relates to linebacker. But we play so much nickel. So we'll see what we're going to do from here. Nicholas says, yes, Dallas have plenty of opportunities to improve safety position. People are tripping. They tripping. They think it's the end of the world. You want Jalen in the middle, Tokyo, Texas. I was talking about a perfect world because I like my middle. This is just me. I'm old school. I like my mic to be 6'5", long range, like the LVEs of the world, and who can just fly out in space, disengage, shed, get upfield. Of course, I like somebody to have a little bit more speed on the edge as it relates to like the Jalen's on weak side or strong side. But Jalen Smith played such a damn good role this year, and that last year playing Mike, that he earned that spot, and I don't think that he's going to be uprooted out of that Mike position. So, and then on top of that, we love baby LVE. He was baby LVE last year. That brother right there, he's going to be bigger, stronger, and faster. LVE is going, that's the craziest thing of it all. Off-season conditioning, LVE is going to be bigger, stronger, and faster. That's crazy. He still had a baby body last year. That's crazy. That is flat out crazy. So we like his production because he was thinking out there on the field. Now, this year, he's going to be flying out to the ball like no other. So I'm going to like that. So we're going to knock on some wood, hope the man can stay healthy. But those are things that we're looking at. We saw the improvement for Jalen Smith as well. So those are things that we're looking at. That's what's the little storyline that I want to be able to talk to you guys about today, about the possible signing of Eric Berry, because it's close family ties, and plus because there's a coach, I'm not going to say coach name, wrote a nice positive letter to him while he was in the cancer ward, going through his chemo, going through his ailments, and it was very touching, and he didn't want no credit for it. He just said, hey, it was a very touching letter. So we'll see how everything goes. We will see Cowboy Nation. Yes, Lawrence might get traded. Roy, Louisiana Roy up in the house, man. What's up, man? All of my ride or dies up in here, man. Yeah, he gonna get swole. Yeah, it's a lot of money. Yeah, he won. But that's been my time, Cowboy Nation. I really appreciate each and every last one of you all for yours. Hit that like button, share this content, let a friend, neighbor, folks, where to go listening to Cowboys. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. Peace.